Going back to Duke this week, what do you think that's going to be like?
Shoot, it's gonna be electric. I'm excited. I can't wait to go back there and play. You know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be one of them ones. That's only really the only way you could put it. I'm just excited to go back.
What kind of cheering section will the Peebles family have there in attendance for this game?
Oh, I'm sure we're definitely gonna show out. I'm sure my family's definitely gonna be there. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be there.
Family traded in all that Duke gear for Tech gear already?
Yeah. I mean, we still got the Duke gear. I still love Duke. I still love the school. Still love the fan base. I'm sure the fans don't love me as much right now. They definitely probably won't love me after the game, but I still love that school.
We asked you this back in the spring. You were a 919 kid. You went to school there, grew up there, went to Duke. When you go back and look at your decision to transfer here, do you picture a better scenario for yourself to be the player you are outside of your comfort zone?
No, I couldn't have picked a better situation. With this staff, this system, this program, it really embodies everything I want to be as a player and the kind of defense I want to play for going forward. Hopefully my career lasts long, and I hope I'm playing for a defense similar to this one day.
Speaking of your career last on, I think you got a Senior Bowl invite.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited about that? I know they haven't tweeted out accepted yet, but just the fact that you're getting noticed to go on to one of those Senior All-Star games.
Yeah, that's huge. Those guys get paid to scout, millions of players, every single year. That's their job to scout guys, and I'm just honored to be one of the guys that they felt like deserved to be there. So I'm just happy and appreciative of getting the recognition.
Where do you feel like your game is really taken off this year?
I feel like I just really developed as a run defender. I feel like in years past, like last year, felt like I was a pretty productive pass rusher, still getting pressures and things of that nature. But I feel like I'm kind of rounding out my game, in the run side of things. I feel like definitely being here has helped me develop that.
Is that something JC harps on a lot?
Yeah,
Stop the run first and then rush the passer?
No doubt about it. He definitely puts a big emphasis on us stopping the run and being physical up front, and that's really been huge to my development.
JC mentioned you played with a chip on your shoulder because you were under-recruited out of high school. Was Duke your only Power 5 offer?
I want to say, I think so. Basically until maybe on the day of signing day, I maybe had a preferred walk on the state, and then maybe like an offer last minute to Louisville if I was lucky. But yeah, Duke was really one of my only big offers coming out of Power 5.
I believe your dad's alma mater and your grandfather's alma mater also reached out to you.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk to your dad about your season? Because he was an All-American, your grandfather was an All-American, about what they've seen, the work you've done?
Yeah, my dad honestly critiques my game every day. Whether it's on the sideline, middle of the game, he's yelling at me to work a different move or, make sure I'm working on my get-off, or whether it's after the game, the game's over, we go up to my house and watch the film, me and him together. So, he's always critiquing me and, different things about my game, about my style, and which ways I can improve. So I'm just lucky to really have somebody who's done it and been dominant at it, to watch my game like that.
Yeah, always done that?
Yeah, literally since high school, since middle school. I literally remember him filming my middle school football games on YouTube, and then us watching it back together. So I've always had that.
Your grandpa was like a dude back in the game.
Oh, yeah.
They retired his number. I think he already Chargers Hall of Fame or something like that.
No doubt about it.
I suppose you were too young to ever watch him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I actually could have watched him dominate, but he's the only first-round pick ever to come out of North Carolina Central University. So, having that kind of legacy in Durham already, going into my first 4 years at Duke, it was a pretty big thing I had to live up to.
Did your dad ever have any VHS tapes or anything of him playing? Your grandpa playing back?
Yeah, it was. He's on my mom's side of my family, but no, okay. I actually haven't. But I've seen all his memorabilia. I still to this day, whenever I go home, see his Black College Football Hall of Fame jacket he has. His old jerseys, like all of his accolades and stuff, they're still in my house to this day. So it's always good to go back home and, be able to reminisce and see the great things he did for the game.
Did I read right? He was a Duke assistant for like a year?
Yeah, he actually did coach at Duke for like 1 year.
Oh, okay.
So it's crazy that I didn't even know I had ties to that school, but, it's a small world, I guess.
Where does the nickname Fub come from?
Yeah, when I was a baby, I was fat and chubby. So, that kind of converted into Fubby. As I got older, I just dropped the BY, it just became Fub. So Basically, I've been fubbed with everyone I know my whole entire life.
Is that one you just like have to accept? Like, don't call me that or something like that. Or you like it the whole time?
Yeah, no, I've always loved the nickname. You know, it's been a kind of one of those things that's kind of, stuck with my whole life, and I've always embraced it. I've never shied away from it. I've always embraced it. No doubt about it.
Tell me about the. It sounds like you're a big car guy.
Yes,
Like
sir.
cars?
Yeah, I do.
Tell me about this lime green Camaro that sort of like it sounded like that like started your love of cars.
Yeah, that was probably so. Around my house in Raleigh, there was always this car dealership, and it was like the smallest, most rundown car dealership you could ever think of. Like, I don't even know if I've ever seen a car over $20,000 at that dealership when I was driving by it. And it was one day after school, man. They had this lime green Camaro, and they set it up on a big car display. And every single day after school, I would drive by to tell my pops that's the type of car I want one day. So I'm happy to be in a situation where something like that's actually possible.
How old were you about when that happened?
Shoot, maybe 13, 12 years old.
Okay, so that's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
So what do you take after that? Did you like just other kind of cars, or
Yeah,
start getting into it? Or?
Yeah, so I've just kind of branched out from there. Right now I have a couple different cars that I like to drive. My pops has a lot of cars. Even my mom drives cars, drives a lot of different cars too. So it's kind of came into like a family thing at this point.
Okay, so your dad was big into this?
My dad loves Escalades, Mercedes, things like that. So I've always kind of took off for him
So
too.
what are you driving right now? Do you have,
It's a Jeep Trackhawk right now.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
are you like you just like the cars, or are you like an under the hood type guy? Are you like a mechanic type, or is it just like you like the driving?
Well, for me, I'm more interested, like you said, the driving part of the cars. Like, I would love one day to just, be able to just test drive like a Rolls Royce or something crazy like that one day. So I'm just got a love for cars.
So if football doesn't work out, you'll be a valet somewhere?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I love that.